Thank you. Thank you. Hi, good evening. Good evening, Toastmaster Shankar. Good evening, Arif.
Good evening, Toastmaster Shankar. Good evening, Toastmaster Ismail. How are you all?
Hi, man. Just rushing.
Huh? Rushing.
I'm saying rushing. I just got back and my backdrop is done and I'm all set. Finally.
Good. So who is the blue sky timer? Who is that?
I have no idea.
Is he a guest for the meeting?
Not 100% sure.
Okay. Anyway, Team Ismail, good evening, Arif.
Good evening, Toastmaster Shankar. I remember installing one app, Blue Sky Timer, but I'm not sure if.
Oh, it's you.
I'm sure.
Good evening, Toastmaster Rafiq. How are you?
Good evening, Toastmaster
Good evening,
Rafiq.
everyone.
Good evening,
I'm good.
Toastmaster
All you
Reshmi.
has everything.
Good evening, Toastmaster Reshmi.
Good evening, Mr.
Guest
Vignesh.
Vignesh.
Hello, sir.
Who's this blue sky timer?
Toastmaster Reshmi, I do remember installing one timer app, but I named as Blue Sky, so I'm not 100% sure if this is that thing or this is, I don't know, somebody there.
That's great.
It's just appearing. I don't know. It's
Good evening, Toastmaster Hari
should I
Pratap.
remove it? Okay, I will just remove it now. Good evening,
Yes,
Toastmaster
good.
Hari Pratap. How are you, sir?
Yes, all good. Good evening, Toastmaster Arif
Good evening.
and Toastmaster Ismail. I'm going to evaluate Toastmaster Arif's speech, correct?
Really?
I will have to see.
First speaker, you are only, na? First.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, I mentioned speaker one,
Yeah,
so you can, no problem, you can
Satish
do.
updated that. Let me have a look on the updated one.
Icebreaker only, na? Which pathway, Toastmaster Arif?
Motivational strategy.
Okay, done.
Vignesh ji is guest.
Yes, he is our
Yes, I'm a
QHSC
guest.
project coordinator from FOT.
Oh, how are you, sir?
Oh, fine, sir. How do you say?
Good. Good to see you here. We welcome you here. Hope you will find
Thank
it
you very much.
a good learning experience.
Sure, sir. Thank you for your guidance.
So good evening, TM Hari. Are you joining from India or?
India.
Hari Pratap,
Oh,
India.
okay, that's good. That's what I was wondering. Who is TM Hari? Is it TM Hari Pratap or is there any new person? Yeah, good to see you after a long time. So probably let us send one reminder message in our group. Maybe everybody is a bit busy.
Thank you, Shankar ji. I think we can send a message that room is open. You're sending that message, right?
Yes, I'm sending. Yeah.
Perfect.
So calm. So how was your day today, TM Rafik?
It was good. Actually, the weather is very good, so
True.
we are just enjoying this weather because it's once in a year, I can say, because maybe like I have been here in Fujairah since 6 years, but for consecutive 5 or 6 days, such like weather, I think I'm facing it for the first time. So it's good experience going on.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I'm also here for quite some time. Normally, December, we don't get much rain. It rains for a few days in November, and then it goes to February and March, there will be rain. But this year, it is unusual. We are getting rain during December end and January. Especially December 4th week and Jan 1st week, it used to be coldest days. But due to the rain, cold disappeared, and we are having really very good weather.
Of course, yeah.
Good.
You have selected a very good topic, just defensive driving. I think I don't need to do any comment at the moment, but for me, the topic selection is very good, especially the weather that is going on nowadays, slippery, less friction and things like that, which can be a cause of vehicle incidents. So there's good topic selection.
Thank you, TM Rafik. In fact, I must thank TM.
Good evening, Toastmaster Pattabhiraman.
Good evening, Toastmaster Pattabhi.
Everyone. Happy
Good
evening,
Rafik, actually, I was saying that I must thank Pattabhi because he was the one who helped me to shortlist the topic. I had 3-4 in my mind, like finance for non-finance people, and making modern investment like crypto or NFT and something like that. We had different topics. Then even this topic also, one of the topic I proposed, and TM Pattabhi said probably this is more suitable because the weather is something different, and probably we need to give heads up to the team how to be defensive driving. So I'm also a bit careful because I'm thinking that all safety masters are in the team, like Pattabhi, Arivagan, you, and almost everyone is a safety gurus.
Toastmaster Ismail also.
But Ismail also.
Yeah, he is GTA HSC manager.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I remember you mentioned it. So there are 4 safety gurus. Yeah. So I'm not a safety guru, but okay, I practice safety. Rather, I would say that.
The Guru group is chaired by Mr. Pattabhi, so he is our team leader, and then we have to learn from him.
Yeah.
We'll follow. But the second things, finance for non-finance people of non-finance manager, please keep it in your list because I would be more interesting to have this topic in future, and we want to have basic finance learning. So keep it in your list as well.
Perfect. And another topic what I wanted was the inequality report. There was a UN-based inequality report published, and I don't know whether that will be considered as political or anything, but it came from the neutral agencies. So that was one topic. Probably we can have a separate discussion, not in this forum. I'm not sure that will qualify the barriers, or limitations.
I don't think it should be a political subject. I mean, that is a very well-studied topic all over the world. Yeah. And I mean, we can keep it. We can just take some additional care to make sure that it is the topic is apolitical. But I think that it's worthy. It should be worthy of discussion. It's very, very relevant to the global economy these days.
Yes, global economy.
I just want to add some comment to what Mr. Shankar said. Because nobody is guru. Every day we are in the learning process, okay? But maybe something we really may not have, thought of it. It will come out, from you. You can learn something new also. So it's a learning process. Nothing is like somebody is expert or guru. No, we are also learning every day.
We totally understand you are so modest, but we need to. Sometimes you deserve pat in your shoulder because you are in the field for I don't know how many years, 20+ years now, or 25 years in the safety alone. and the two high risk zones like let it be Enoch or Fujira Terminal or whatever. Yeah. So please accept sometimes, be kind to accept our appreciations. Sometimes.
Toastmaster Shankar, I think you have the guru in your name.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
That is from my family. So.
Toastmaster Hari, thanks for joining. After a long
Thank
time.
you. Thank you.
Welcome,
It's
sir.
my pleasure.
Your presence is always important for us.
This is the benefit of online meeting. You can join from anywhere.
Yes, yes. Hope you are enjoying your life back home.
Yes, definitely.
Very good, sir.
Okay. In the meantime, can I have co-host access?
Yes, sir. Just give me a second. So
Okay.
I'll make you co-host and
Good evening, Toastmasters. Sunil. Good evening, Toastmaster Sakana.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
good evening, Toastmaster Sunil. Good evening, Toastmaster Shahana.
Good, good, good.
Good, good.
Toastmaster Sunir, you need to give me some energy. I'm always
No, I will not share the secret. Toastmaster Patavi.
Good evening, DTM Pradeep.
Good evening, Toastmaster Ari.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening, DTM Pradeep. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing well, Toastmaster Ismail. How are you? How are you all?
Good. Good to see you after a long time, sir.
I was there in last meeting also.
Last meeting, yeah.
Oh, I wasn't there actually in the last one.
Meeting has not yet started.
Yes, we were. I was just about to say that. Sir, I think we can start. I would actually request Toastmaster Sergeant at Arms. Yeah.
Actually, long time back I joined the meeting, but no one has accepted me to come inside.
But Abhiji, I think we can start the meeting now. Toastmaster Patabi?
Yeah, we can start. So you are the one who is going to.
Yes, I would be the acting
Take the-
president in absence of Toastmaster Sudhakarji.
That's good. That's good. Okay, sir. So we'll start the meeting.
Yes, sir. Please.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests and distinguished Toastmasters. Wish you all a very, very happy New Year. Very happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year 2022. So hope you all had good celebration on the New Year. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Home celebrations.
Home celebration.
Yeah.
I saw many of them watched already fireworks. Some of them on TV, some of them on the beach. And this time they had, again, wonderful, world record. Okay. So I'm the Sergeant at Arms today, Pattabhiraman, Toastmaster Pattabhiraman. So I will just remind you all on the international Toastmaster International core values. That is respect, integrity, service, and excellence. Before we move on further on the meeting, I would like to remind you all about the club mission. We provide a supportive positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skill, resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. So always we need to respect the sentiments of the region. We don't talk about taboo topics, that is religion, sex, and politics. Also, I would like to request all of you to mute your mic throughout the meeting unless otherwise you have to make a speech. If your camera is on, please refrain from any unnecessary movements that could be a distraction for the speakers or anyone else in this room. With that, I would like to call upon the acting president, who is very young, energetic, and always coming with some positive notes, and we can learn some good things always from him. last time I mentioned, he is like a live Wikipedia for all of us. And without any further delay, I would like to call Ismail. Toastmaster Ismail, stage is yours, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Patabi, for very kind words. Dear fellow Toastmasters, respected DTMs, and our distinguished guest, very warm good evening. As acting president today, I call to order meeting number 432 of Fujairah Toastmasters Club to start. First of all, I would like to convey my cordial best wishes to all members and guests for a happy, prosperous, and energetic new year. We hope that all of you had a great time with your family and friend during the long weekend. New year is always an important time for self-reflection. We get opportunity to see how far we have come and how our life has changed and evolved over the last 1 year. It's not exactly time to judge our past self, but rather to appreciate each and every small step which we have taken over the course of year, which has led us to where we are today. In the last meeting, we announced that FTC will have a club contest in the month of January. So this will include international speech, humorous speech, and evaluation, and table topic speech. So today, DTM Pradeep ji has been kind enough to do an educational session regarding the speech contest, where he would be sharing insights and details on the international humorous table topic speeches and evaluation contest. If you haven't registered so far, so we would request if you can please come forward and share your nomination to the VP Education. We will be confirming date shortly in the WhatsApp group of the club. Before proceeding further, I would like to take a couple of minutes, and I would like to request our guests if they can kindly introduce themselves and share their expectations about our club. So first, I would like to request Mr. Vignesh from Fujairah Oil Terminal. Sir, if you can please introduce yourself.
Yes, good evening all to all Toastmasters. I am Vignesh, currently working in Fujairah Oil Terminal as a project safety inspector. So last 2 weeks I attended this Toastmaster club for meetings. I satisfied, and I hope to improve my learning skills and managing skills from your valuable guidance and advice to improve this one. So I am also willing to join as a Toastmaster member of the Toastmaster. So thank you, give the opportunity for introducing myself once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So it's a real pleasure to see you here, and we really look forward to you joining our club.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have another guest? I would now like to request Mr. Donald Wilson. Sir, if you can kindly introduce yourself and share your thoughts about what you expect to see here in today's meeting. Mr. Donald. I think sir, can you hear us?
Maybe later we can invite him.
Yes, so let's proceed. All right, sir. So now coming to today's meeting. Today we have Toastmaster of Day, TM Shankar Guru Swami ji. He's a passionate Toastmaster speaker, relatively new in the world of Toastmastering, I think somewhere around a year, but in no way he is new to the domain of public speaking and debate. Very eloquent speaker. He represented team Fujairah Toastmaster Club in the ICDC Interclub Debate Competition Division K, which happened very recently. Like an experienced spinner, he delivers his words in a calculative manner, making maximum impact where it matters. He's a postgraduate mechanical engineer residing in UAE for the past 18 years, working with Siemens Energy as a regional quality manager. His hobbies actually include playing table tennis, watching OTT series, movies, and the theme he has selected for the day is a very relevant theme, I think, and all of us can relate to that. So with that, Toastmaster Shankar, the stage is all yours and we are all yours. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Hello, can you all hear me? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir.
Okay.
Yes, you're
yeah. Thank you, Standing President TM Ismail, for the wonderful introduction. Welcome everyone for the first gathering of FTC Toastmaster bi-weekly meeting of the new year 2022. Once again, wish you all Happy New Year from my side. Before we move forward, I would like to inform you about few changes in the meeting agenda as following. Wordmaster and Grammarian and our counter role. All the two roles will be played by TM Mr. Shahana instead of Toastmaster Padabi. And also the president address will be addressed by Toastmaster Ismail instead of Toastmaster Sudhakar, who is currently on vacation. So these are all the changes for changes in our agenda for today. So let me share my screen. Please let me know when you're able to see. So let me move on to introduce the theme of this evening session, how to be a defensive driver. As we just started a new year, I would like to present the theme to highlight focus areas to achieve defensive driving. Statistics and numbers will also be highlighting the matters of importance without any mind-disturbing data on accidents or death rates. When I researched on this topic, I came to know some interesting data. Hard to believe, but the information source is reliable. So let me present the statistics right away. In UAE, only 63% of drivers always buckle up the driver's seat. It is really difficult to believe, but this is what the survey shows. It was taken in 2019. Only 52% always buckle up front passenger seat. Only 7% always buckle up back seats, let it be in taxis, limos, or friends' cars, etc. Only 34% of young drivers ask their passengers always to buckle up. Only 29% never use their mobile phone while driving, which means 71% use mobile while driving, which is not a good thing. And also, 56% always use their indicator, only 56%, whenever lane change or anything. Yeah. 72% people claim running late as a reason for speeding up. 55% claim showing off impress others as reasons for speeding. So, and 53% people claim that I know the radar locations as reasons for speeding up. So if anyone wants to know the data origin, you can go to this link, gulfnews.com, so to see the data reliability. Yeah. No one wants to be the person who causes an accident. Often, we think that accident happened to others, never to us. But the truth is that accident can happen to anyone. A single movement can change lives. That is why I chose this topic for today's session, so that we can understand the common mistakes drivers make and how to avoid them. By the end of this session, you will be able to know how to prepare drive safely. Recall the best practices for driving safely. Make safe driving choices in specific situations and conditions. There are at least two things you should check before you drive. Ask, is my vehicle up to the task? Then look inward to be sure that you are ready to drive the vehicle. Let us start by saying what you already know about these topics. So let me go to the next slide. So here, this is the activity for all of you. Kindly point out a chance for the inspection. As I said, before you start the vehicle, you need to check the vehicle. So there are some triggers here you need to check. Can someone volunteer to identify what is the problem in this vehicle? As a driver of this vehicle, what you will do and identify. There are 4 mistakes in this vehicle.
Oil leak?
No.
Engine oil?
Low tire pressure.
Low air pressure.
Yes, this is good. It's a good catch. The tires looks low, so you should inspect it. Only then you should drive. Yeah. And what is the next thing? And somebody said that there is a mud, grease, etc. on the vehicle. This should be cleaned. Yeah. And what is the other topic? Other areas of concern?
The side mirror not focused.
Front light on the non-driver side is dirty with oil spots or mud, I think.
Yes, you are somewhat right, Pratyam Rafiq. The front light, it's broken. Yeah. And also if you see the windshield, that is broken. Yeah, that is having something. So this is what you need to, we all have to check the vehicle condition before we start. Yeah. So let me now go on to the next session. Let me introduce the project speaker of today's session. Let me go back to the agenda. Okay, now we move forward to introduce the first role player. As I said, TM Shahana is going to play 2 roles, which is Wordmaster as well as Grammarian and Hard Counter. Just about TM Shahana, she's a teacher working in our own school in Fujairah. She teaches middle school science stream. She's from India, in particular from Kerala. Ma'am, could you please talk about your role for this today's session?
Thank you, TM Shankar. Good evening to all my fellow Toastmasters and guests present here today. My role as the R counter is to count the number of unnecessary sounds or repetitive sounds you may use when you are speaking on stage. I will be observing and taking note of such words like you know, like, all these words. Now, these are filler words that affect the effectiveness of a speech. I will present my report when called upon by the general evaluator. Now, as a role, as I take up the role of grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any misusage of English language as well as the outstanding usage also. Now, as a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. I'm also the word master today. So can I get the permission to share my screen?
Oh, yes, please.
I hope it is shared. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so just with a question, I'll start today. Can I know if any pluviophiles are here? Okay, so you might be thinking that is my word for today, but it is not. Pluviophile means a person who loves rain so much. My word for today is petrichor. It's petrichor. Sorry. You can pronounce it as petrichor. Can you please repeat after me? Petrichor.
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 Yeah. Now, this word might seem a bit new to you all, but actually, I know that many, all the rain lovers here, have you ever tried feeling the smell of the first rain? Actually, this word means the smell of the first rain. Petrichor. It's a pleasant, distinctive, earthy scent produced when rain falls on dry soil. It's a noun. Now, the word is from Greek. It was coined by Australian scientist. It was first published in a nature journal in 1964, where the petra means rock and ishor means fluid that flows in the veins of gods. It related with the Greek mythology. So the word is petrichor. Now, you can see in sentences, the air was ripe with the pleasant, dewy petrichor of the post-rain afternoon. And as they drove out of the desert, it began to rain. And the petrichor improved Bob's mood, making him confident that all would be right in the world. Other than the petrichor emanating from the rapidly drying grass, there was not a trace of evidence that it had rained at all. I surfaced from the tunnel in a shack where the rain was close and smelled of petrichor. So the word for today, let me help you again, petrichor. Can you all repeat again?
Petrichor.
Petrichor. Yes.
Petrichor.
Now, the synonyms are earthiness. You can also say earthy smell. I request my fellow Toastmasters to come forward and try using this word in a sentence, please. As we all have experienced, Fujairah is very cold today, and it's been raining since 3-4 days. Maybe you have something to tell about petrichor.
Can I?
Yes, please. Most welcome.
My son used to compare the smell, the starting smell of AC with this petrichor now.
Okay, nice, very nice. Anybody else?
Can I try?
Yes, sir.
In today's meeting, this is the first meeting of our in 2022 of our club meeting. I felt this smell of our meeting looks like a petrichor.
Very nice. Anybody else? Toastmaster Shankar?
Yes, I can give it a try. For the last couple of days, there is a good amount of rain in Dubai, but I miss the petrichor that we used to have it in our home country.
Yes, okay. Now, as I'm a science teacher, I cannot just end it like that. Let me also say, petrichor forms just because the plants form, oils are formed like during the dry season. Then bacteria, there is a certain set of bacteria. They form geomins, it's called geomin, and the formation of ozone. When all these processes combine together, that is when this beautiful smell comes out from the earth. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, TM Sahana. In fact, your speech was like petrichor. Probably it sounded so different throughout my throughout my Toastmasters meeting, and the way you presented the word of the day and grammarian rules are really a mark of petrichor. Thank you. Thank you very much. So let me move on to introduce the next role player, TM Arif. TM Arif, I think everybody knows him very well, but still as part of my duty, let me give a short introduction. TM Arif he works in Fujairah Oil Terminal as QHSSE officer from September 2019 onwards. Currently is serving as PRM in Division K. Also is the president of Vibes Table Topic Toastmasters Club. TM Arif, over to you. Kindly play the rules for tonight's session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, TMOD Toastmaster Shankar, for giving me this opportunity and wonderful introduction also. Today, I am taking up the role of timer. So I'll be observing each and every role players and speakers and the evaluators, how much time they utilized in comparison with the prepared agenda. For the icebreaker speech, 4 to 6 minutes is the time allotted. So 4 minutes, I'll be showing the green card. Then at the 5th minute, I'll be showing the orange or amber card. Then at 6th minute, I'll be showing the red card. Like that for others project speech, regular project speech, 5 to 7 minutes is the time allotted. So 5 minutes, I will show the red card, green card, and then 6th minute, I will be showing the amber card. 7th minute, I will show the red card. For today, we don't have table topic session. So for evaluation, 2 to 3 minutes is the allotted time. So 2 minutes, I will be showing the green card. 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I'll be showing the amber. And 3 minutes, end of the 3 minutes, I'll be showing the red card. So that's how I'll be recording the time. And then whenever called, I will be giving my reports. Thank you so much, and over to you.
Thank you to you, Arif, for laying rules very clearly. All the project speakers and role players, kindly pin TM Arif as your timer so that you are controlling your speech within the stipulated times. President, the next role player is going to be TM Arif. Will there be any volunteer to be a timer for his role speech? Maybe Team Ismail, can you volunteer to keep the timing for the next speech that will be rendered by TM Arif?
All right, I'll do it. I'll do it, but I'll just see if my cards are ready. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll just do it on. All right.
Okay, so with this, we come to the first part of the meeting, which is prepared speeches. Our first speaker for this evening is TM Arif. Since we already introduced about his role, let me invite TM Arif's speech evaluator, Toastmaster Hari Pratap. Sir, TM Arif, kindly unmute yourself to read out the speech objectives and then TM Arif to render his speech. Thank you.
Yes, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. The objective of icebreaking speech to speaker to introduce the club and the basic structure of the speech. So all the best, Toastmaster Arif, and he's going to present his icebreaking from motivational pathways. So over to you, Toastmaster Arif.
Thank you. Thank you, my evaluator. Let me start.
Yes, it's all good. Sorry, I just wanted to check my cards. Yes, it's all good from my side.
Okay. A dad is the anchor upon which his children stand. Any objection for this quote? Good evening, Toastmasters and my fellow guest members and my dear evaluator. I am Arivaragan. I am here as icebreaker speaker today. I joined Toastmasters in September 2019 and currently serving as a servant leader in Vibes table topic session as a president. Each and every one of us definitely stands along with me in promoting or in describing or in telling proudly that my dad is the hero, right? Hope you all accept that. Any objection for this point? Definitely no. I think objection is there. Great. Let us discuss then later in that case. Let me continue with my project speech. But I strongly believe that my father is my hero. Whenever I got stuck or whenever there is an issue, he never supports me. I used to scold him. I don't know how many of you used to do that, but I used to scold him. I used to go and fight with my mother, telling why this daddy or your husband is doing like this. Each and every time, whenever I want his presence, he will not be there. He won't come. Even when I joined the college time also, he didn't come. I myself went and then submitted my application and took the room key and then went to my dean and then told I am so-and-so, I am here to join this session. So whenever I need, I am in trouble or whenever there is a real necessity for his presence, he was not there. But later stage, when I became a dad, then I understand him and then started exploring my father, then started feeling about him. He was the one stood as an anchor to me, and he, whatever the surface, whether it is a low tide, high tide, cyclone, he hold me strongly, and then he made me to fail, no problem, you fail, fall, no problem, you fall, rise, no problem, you rise, but learn from that moment and keep growing, keep shining, keep traveling. That is the way he was thinking, and then he made me to do the same thing. Each and every time, whenever something is there like lagging from my side, and then when I need him, he was the one who was mentally supporting me from behind, not in front of me or not along with me, and he ensured that I learned from that. I stood up myself, and then I was succeeding in that particular moment also. So next time when the same situation comes, or it is a different situation also, still I can able to come up with that and come out of that issue, knowing that my anchor is strong there and I am hooked to that. Same case with Toastmasters. In Toastmasters, Toastmasters take us further forward. So that is the reason I compared my father with Toastmasters, because I know Toastmasters is there, and with that I am strong, I am feeling strong, and I can able to move forward without any hitches. That's the main point. In Toastmasters, like when we are stuck with something or when we are doing something wrong, so there is a evaluation. It's a evaluation which is mainly to tell that where you are lagging, where you need to focus and fine tune yourself and then move forward. Same like a father. My dad actually, he told me to go and join, but he made me think myself where and all I need to concentrate, what are things I need to look. He like there is a saying, you somebody want to learn swimming, you need to jump into the water, then only you can learn swimming. So the same case here, we were made able to practice ourselves, learn from the mistakes what we are making, and learn from the critical evaluation also. So that's how the Toastmasters goes, and that's how I am getting stronger and stronger day by day. I am growing. Definitely each and everyone who are in the Toastmasters or who are going to become a Toastmaster will take up this journey confidently, thinking that anchor, we have the strong anchor with us, supported very well and guided very well. We can shine and cherish. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Wow. Thank you, TM Arif, for that wonderful speech. It was truly enlightening. Sorry, I was trying to interrupt, saying that I don't agree, because, of course, you answered during your speech that my dad is my hero. when the sons and daughters will realize, mostly after they grow to that stage, right? Until they are 20, 22, or probably until they go to the job, they may not try to appreciate the values. Probably at the later time they appreciate. So that was the point I was trying to interfere. Otherwise, your speech is always awesome. You well connected your personal experience. You well connected Toastmasters purpose with this icebreaking speech. As usual, it was awesome, and your job very well done. So with this, now we move on to the second speaker, TM Rafiq Khan, and his pathway is persuasive influence, is doing level 3 project P1 speech, and his speech title is Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. TM Rafiq is a chemical engineer and working as QHSSE officer in GTI Fujairah Oil Terminal. To evaluate TM Rafiq's speech, we have Toastmaster Sunir. Sir, Toastmaster Sunir, kindly unmute yourself to read out his speak objectives, and then TM Rafiq to render a speech. Thank you.
Good evening, and special good evening to Toastmaster Rafiq. Today, Toastmaster Rafiq is going to present the speech level 3 pathways persuasive influence, and the speech title is Resilience and Optimism in Stressful Situations. The time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Rafiq.
Rafiq, you are muted.
Sorry. It's a wonderful thing to be optimistic. It keeps you healthy and it keeps you resilient. Hello, Toastmaster. Good evening, and a warm good evening to my evaluator. Today, the topic that I have selected is the actual story that happened to me on 2010. It was July 2010 when I got relaxed from the university exam, and we were enjoying the appealing season of monsoon. We were making plan for hangout with the friends and family, and were trying to go to some area where we haven't went in the last few years. However, the weather forecast was just opposite, predicting heavy rain in the coming weeks. 26 July 2020, extremely heavy rainfall in the Indus River watershed started and will continue for weeks. Due to the heavy rain, there was severe flooding, and it was huge destructions in the history of my country, Pakistan. As per the reports, there were approximately 1/5 of the total land affected by the floods, and major damage and casualty were caused as well. Since I belong to one of the province, KP, and 90% of the catastrophe destruction were caused in that province as well. The flood directly affected 20 million people, and it caused a death toll of approximately 200 people. As per the WHO, it was reported that 10 million people were unable or were forced to drink unsafe water. And the total economical impact that was caused by that destructive flood was $43 billion. So why I'm telling all these statistics in front of the people, and what all these things have to do with me? The reason is, in that flooding, I spent 2.5 days on rooftop with my father, and were one of the few survivors who passed through their difficult stages. On the first day of the heavy rain, 50% of the people already evacuated the village. since our home with some other homes which were at some altitude from the rest of the village, we taken it lightly, and we were in the impression that it's okay, it's normal, it happens last year as well, and then the situation will be normal and everything will be restored back. But it was something else. Half of the village have already left the area. 50%, approximately 50% of the people have left that village. Situation become worst after the midnight on my first day, and it was then challenging for all of us. The time when we realized that the level of the water in the sea, in the rivers, is at the dead level, that time it was very difficult. The mind was blank how to evacuate safely from that area. But it was already late. Luckily, on the second day, army boats arrived, and there were also some helicopters which were distributing some food packets. But there were only 2 boats. And you know, if there are a number of people, so it was very difficult for them to evacuate all the people. So my family with some other members, they have already rescued by the army boats, but me and my father were still there in the village. Okay, so 2.5 days we were there on the rooftop. It was a very challenging situations for me, my father, and some other peoples on the top of that building. We were sleeping on open roof in rain. There were lack of food, drinking water. We can hear the noises of the homes which were destructed from the heavy floods. There was a lot of health challenges. Severe weather were there. No contact I can establish with the rest of my family. But there was some good thing happens on the second day. On the third day, the rains stopped in the morning, and the level of the water in my home, which were at the start were 3 meters, then it was reduced to 2 feet. Thanks to army and some NGOs which help us and which safely evacuate the people to the safe area. Why I'm asking these things? Because those 3 days were the challenging day for me, who taught me how I should be resilient, optimistic, and relaxed in stressful situations. With this, I'm going to wind up my story by sharing a quote of Roger Simmons. I think anything is possible if you have the mindset and the will and desire to do it and put the time in. Thank you very much. Over to you, TM Shankar. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Rafiq, for the wonderful speech. Your speech on natural calamity sounded with required empathy in your tone. Most importantly, you well connected your first-hand experience on this hazard mitigation. I wish that all countries have their own disaster management task force. Be ready to support the needy people in short time. Thank you very much. So with the next step, may I request Timer TM Arif to present Timer's report?
Yes, definitely. Let me start with from the beginning. Like we started 5 minutes late the session, then we proceeded accordingly based on the time frame for the individual role players. And the icebreaker speaker Toastmaster Arif utilized 5 minutes and 40 seconds. And the second speaker Toastmaster Rafiq utilized 6 minutes and 12 seconds. That's all. Thank you so much, and over to you.
Yeah, thank you, TM Arif. I think both the speakers qualify for the award nomination. So can I request President to make the polling for the best speaker?
Yes, TMOD. I would request all members and guests, please send your vote to the WhatsApp of Ismail Sultan, myself, or Toastmaster Shankar, and then we will announce the results later.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you to you, Ismail. So let me move on to the theme of the day. Are you able to see my screen? Okay, so here again, there is a small exercise for all of us. Yeah, so there are four. The first thing what we said is that before we start the vehicle, we need to check its condition, is whether is it fit for drive or not. So here there are four conditions, like these are the issues, like you are upset and about some bad news. You are not familiar with the vehicle about to drive. You have food in the car. You get lots of text on your phone. So you need to match the activity so that what to do. For example, if you are upset, you should not drive the car. So you need to calm down. Yeah. Can someone try matching with one of these hazard or one of the activity with the mitigation plan? Maybe TM Rafik. Can you try? Hello? Or maybe TM Ismail, can you give a try? For example, if you are not familiar with the vehicle condition to drive, so what you should do? For example, you have to inspect the vehicle and test the controls. Yeah. So maybe you can try the third one, please.
Okay. Should I try to drag it or should I?
No, you can tell the reason, because now we can't drag it. So
okay.
Yeah.
So for the third one, inspect the vehicle and test the controls.
Yeah, okay, that is done. Yeah, you can go to the third one, which is on the right side. You have food in the car. So what you can do?
Finish food and drinks before you drive.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe someone, probably TM, can you try? You have the fourth one. You get a lot of text on your cell phone. So what you should do before you drive?
Turn off your phone before you drive.
Exactly. Very well tried. So Toastmasters and leaders, so before you start the vehicle, kindly do. If you're upset, do not start the car, calm down, and then you start. If you are not familiar about the vehicle condition, inspect the vehicle and test the controls before you do. You have food in the car, always food in the car will always prompt the people to eat. So finish the food or drink and then start the car. And if you get lots of text messages, don't bother to, it is human's tendency or urge to respond quickly. So better that you either switch off or put it on the silent mode and before you drive. So with this, let me move on to the next one, which is how we have to set the most important way that can prevent any kind of accident is that how we mitigate the blind zone collision. So what we have to do, we have to adjust the mirror before starting the vehicle. So let's look how we can do it. Yeah. So imagine that you are driving in this blue car. So now we begin with the left side. You see the car on the mirror. You can't see the red car, right? You can't see the red car.
In the blind spot.
Exactly. So by adjusting the mirror to point farther away from the door. So that is the only way you can see the red car. So you have to set in such a way that you can't see you should not see the body of your own car. So the farther that goes, you can further see the cars in other lanes. Yeah. So when positioned correctly, you can just barely, as I said, you can just barely see your vehicle and you can see the rest of the lanes. The next important is that you have to adjust your rear mirror. So rear mirror should be positioned in such a way that outside your back window is centered. There is always center your rear mirror to the center of your back window. So finally, you do the same kind of setting for your right-hand side mirror. so that you don't see the body of your vehicle. You should see the lane. The farther it goes, you can see the other cars in other lanes, so that you can make the right decision. So out of 4 photos here, can anyone guess which is the right position of the mirror? Is it top left or
No,
bottom
the
left?
first column, the last second one.
Yes, as you correctly mentioned, the first column, the second one is the right one. So the same way, kindly set your other side mirrors also before you start the vehicle. So the next important thing is that you have to avoid speeding. So speed can cause accidents if you are going too fast to avoid a collision. If you do collide with something, the faster you go, the faster or more forcible impact that you will be creating, and the risk is too high. That means you can do a large damage and cause more serious injuries. Obviously, you need to pay attention to your speed limit and your vehicle speed. The speed limit is there for some reason. So please respect the speed limit and always adhere to the speed limit signs on the road. Okay, we move on to the next slide. The other thing is that how do we control the speed and the braking time? Always follow the 3-second rule. What is that 3-second rule? It's proven to reduce the car and collisions is to follow the 3-second rule by making sure that you have enough distance between 2 vehicles so that you can stop safely. Yeah. So how you can achieve it? Keep a fixed object and make sure that that fixed object, you take 3 seconds to achieve that position. So by doing it, you are on the right speed and you have right response time. What is response time? If there is anything, either road traffic or blockage, you can apply the brake without any accident. So that way we say that you need to have this 3 seconds rule. And most important is that, see, now in UAE, it's inclement weather, like we have rainy surfaces, sometimes very soon we will be having very foggy weathers. So you have to double this 3 seconds rule. Probably you have to keep 6 seconds or more. Thereby you will have more control to respond to any kind of risk. Yeah. And the other technique is that avoiding tailgaters. You know that in UAE, people, I mean, not only UAE, globally, people will try to be fast due to some reason. They want to overtake you, and if you're going the speed lane, they come closer to your vehicle, behind your vehicle, and putting pressure on you. So better is that to avoid them. Yeah. So with this, let me move on to the next session, and the next session will be given by our DTM Pradeep, who is mentor for most of us in Fujairah Toastmasters community. Is going to give educational session on speech contest for 2021-22. It's for international speeches, humorous, table topics, and evaluation speech contest. So may I invite Toastmaster Pradeep, sir? The screen is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Kurswami. No need to call me sir. We are all Toastmasters, right? Yes. We are all here same. Thanks for our wonderful introduction. How are you all? Doing well? Yes.
We're good.
I'm very much excited to conduct today's educational session on speech contests. Do you know why? The person who conducts the speech contest, there is no chance to participate in the contest. Just I'm kidding. There is no such restriction. But generally, the teacher will not write the exam, right? It is a similar kind of thing. See, anyone, is it possible to switch on your cameras? At least I will see your faces. If possible, you can switch on your cameras. Hi, Toastmaster Head Pratap. After a long time, I'm seeing you. Yes. Without much timing, I will share the presentation. See, today we are going to know about the speech contest rules. You just keep it in your mind. These are all very simplified manner, which I have taken from our rule book, has been issued by our Toastmasters International. These rules are all applicable from 1st July 2021 to 30th June 2022. Which are all the contests have been conducting during this period. These rules are applicable as per Toastmasters International. I have considered only few things, most of the things which are applicable to our Gujarat Toastmasters Club. That's why I mentioned here simplified and mainly for Gujarat Toastmasters Club. Okay. Let us start our education session. In today's agenda, I am trying to cover the purpose of our contest, types of speech contests, speech contest rules, and some question and answer session we will do it, and speech contest materials and additional resources. Now let us see what is the purpose of a contest. Anyone can tell what is the purpose of a contest? Attempt it, whatever in your own words you can attempt it. Nothing wrong in that.
Yeah, I would say that to bring best out of different thinkers.
Okay, very good.
Exchange of views. Exchange of views for team knowledge and for better output.
Okay, very nice. There are two purposes are there: sitting as an audience in the contest or participating as a contestant. Which one is good?
Participating, I guess.
Evaluating is best.
Evaluating.
The third row.
No. See, why I am asking this question. See, if I bring one stick, for example, you can think this is a stick. You are able to see this one, right? This is a stick. Can anyone evaluate this is a big or small?
With respect to, we need to compare something.
Can you tell me whether this is a big stick or a small stick?
No, there should be something to compare.
Yes, we need a comparison. Unless we don't compare, we don't know where are we now. See, that is the reason the purpose of this contest is when we join in this Toastmasters, at least we need to see where are we, how much we are able to attempt. When every time we are giving a contest speech, delivering our project speeches in front of our club members, right? But only the unique opportunity which we are getting it here is we have to give our speech in front of the strangers. Then only our public speaking will improve in here. The public speaking, when it will be improved, only when we attempt a contest and we have to address our what I can say that inner feelings. So many feelings will be there. Depends upon the person to person. It will be different. Some people will have a shivering when they are delivering a project speech. They will have a comfortable zone when they are delivering a project speech inside their club. But when they are going out, they were unable to give their speech. But when they participate in the contest, so many strange faces will be there. So many new faces will be there. In front of them, if we attempt it, then we will know that whether are we progressing or not. Whether winning or losing is a different. I'm not saying that you must be as a winner of the contest. I'm saying as you must be a participant of the contest. That is the aim which you have to keep it. Even if you are unable to deliver the project speech, but the time has been allotted, don't worry, nothing will happen. Then we will realize it. Then only we will know that we have to correct it at this manner. This is the reason behind to participate in the contest. Many of us will feel that already we are doing a jobs. What is the need to participate in the contest? Why I have to showcase my skill to the people? If we don't want to showcase our skill to the people, what is the need to join in Toastmasters? Toastmasters is to improve our public speaking skill, not the speaking skill. To improve our public speaking skill. Everybody knows how to talk, but no one knows how to talk in a group. No one knows how to deliver something or communicate something to a group. That is the reason behind the joining in the Toastmasters. Every year we will have only one unique opportunity to participate in this contest. Try to avail the opportunity and get participate. No need to look for somebody has to push me. Somebody has to ask me to participate in this contest. Just jolly, you give your name and participate. Nothing wrong in this. Spend one day in a year. What is the wrong in spending one day in a year for this contest? Okay, so let us see speech contest types. Since this club is having so many new members, that's why I'm taking this education session to understand more about our speech contests. If I ask someone to give your name for the contest, they don't know head and tail of this contest. They'll think that already we are at the age of working in an organization. Why I have to put my legs in the contest? That is not the thing. Now we need to understand the basics of our contest. Then we will know that how to what I can say, how to deliver or how to achieve our goal. Our goal is today is to participate in the contest. Before participating, we must know the rules of the contest. There are 4 types of contests in our area 47 are conducted. One is international speech contest, another one is humorous speech contest, other one is table topic speech contest, another one is evaluation speech contest. These 4 categories are conducted in our area. So these 4 categories we will conduct in our club level. Winners will represent at area, winners of area will represent at division, winners will represent at the region level and the international level. District will represent at district winners will represent at region level and international level. Okay. And the speech contest rules. Who are all eligible to participate in this contest? Eligibility. When it comes to the eligibility, except for international speech contest, remaining 3 speech contests, be a paid member of the club. Club must be in a good standing and maintain the eligibility at all levels of the contest. So that means then when you are participating at the club level, you have a paid member. But when you are participating at the area of the contest, when you are not a paid member, you are not eligible to participate in that contest. So that is the what they are mentioning, that maintain the eligibility at all levels of the contest. But if you want to participate in international speech contest, all the above, you have to satisfy all above 3 conditions, plus a member has to complete 6 project speeches in the competent communication manual or earned certificates of completion in level 1 and level 2 of any path in Toastmasters Pathway Learning Experience. Before Pathways, there was a competent communicator manual. In that 10 projects were there. Out of 10 projects, you have to complete at least 6. If you would have completed at least 6, you are eligible to participate in international speech contest. Or if you are not joined in before the pathways were introduced, you have to complete at least 2 levels in any path of Toastmasters pathways. Okay. After that only you are eligible to participate in international speech contest. Whereas any club have been chartered less than 1 year, they can participate in the club contest, in the international speech contest, without completing the requirement of level 1 or level 2 completion. So any new clubs can participate in the international club contest within 1 year. But the club should be chartered before the area contest. Club should be chartered before the area contest. Any member has been joined in Toastmasters prior to the rollout of pathways in their region. This will not applicable to us because our region has been rolled out to pathways long time back. So nothing to worry. This is not applicable to our club. Speech contest rules ineligible to participate. We must know that who are all ineligible to participate. This is very much important. Incumbent international officers and directors. Anyone, international officers and directors are not applicable, not eligible to participate. Region advisors and region advisor applicants are not not competent to participate. And district officers. Our district officers are like district director, program quality director, club growth director, finance manager, public relations manager, including our area director. Our Mahendran is not eligible to participate in our contest. That's why he became an area director. That's what he told me once. I don't want to participate in next year contest, so I want to be area director. So these are all the positions are not eligible to participate in the contests. At club officers, anyone can participate. There is no issue at all. Coming to speech, subject and preparation. The subject of all international and numerous speech contest speeches must be selected by the contestant. So the contestant has to select your subject. No one will ask you to do that one, do this project, or do that subject, take that subject. Nobody will give the advices. You don't need to follow it. Whatever which has to be selected by yourself. The subject of the table topic contest speech will be given by the contest chair. Contest chair will bring the topics in his hand, and he will give these topics in front of the contestants, in front of the audience. Actually, what will happen, for example, if there are 6 contestants are there, they will take out all 5 contestants to another room. They must not know what is the first topic. Only one contestant will be there in the contest room. So remaining 5 contestants will be escorted by the sergeant at arms. They will not hear what is the topic it is. So once the first contestant, they will open the topic. They will give it to the first contestant, and once it is over, they will allow the second contestant. They will read the same topic for him. Topic is same for all 6 speakers. Please note that topic is same for all 6 speakers. So, but only thing is that they will not know that which is the topic. They will be escorted outside the contest room, and one by one they will get inside once the one participant is over. Coming to the evaluation speech contest. In evaluation speech contest, one what I can say that secret speaker will be there. That secret speaker will be will be revealed just before the contest is happening. They don't even know, no one knows who is the speaker of the day. That speaker name will be revealed only before the contest. He will deliver a speech on his own, 5 to 7 minutes, and they will give some 2-3 papers to you to evaluate him, and 5 minutes time they will give you to write the evaluation notes. You have to give your evaluation in oral form only. You don't need to write and give it your evaluation to anyone else. Whatever notes you can have it, you can write it, you can take it during the contest also, you can see and evaluate it. Nothing wrong in that. Whatever the things which you can write it and read it also, nothing wrong in that. But only thing you have to give a oral evaluation. Okay. Contestants must create their own speeches and each must be substantially original. This is very, very important because some of the contestants will take the subject from the internet, or some of the they will watch some contest and they will bring the subject here. They wanted to do the same subject here. Those contests will be disqualified. Those contestants will be disqualified. You must be very careful when you are taking the anything from the Google or internet. If you want to take the help of the Google, you can take it, but you should not be more than 25% of your speech. You can keep some of the things which you can take it from the Google and incorporate in our section and mention the reference content. That will be a fair enough. That it looks like that when we mention a quote, we used to mention who is the person given that quote or written that quote. That is what which is looks like ethical thing. And in that 25% of the content, you can take it out and you can use it as a reference in your for your project speech. And before all contests, every contestant must certify in writing. There will be one form they will be given by the chief judge, or contestant will give you that form. So you have to sign it on that the certification of eligibility and originality, that you are mentioning that the speech which I am giving as a original, and you have to certify it, and you have to write it and sign it and give it back to the chief judge. Only after giving that form only you are eligible to give your speech. Contestant, this is another important point. Contestant must not refer another contestant. It is our hobby. Sometimes we may mention that the previous contestant name into our contest. Somebody has already told these things in the previous contest. Never ever refer the another contestant name in your speech. Okay, every contestant will be on the same platform, and you don't never ever mention the another contestant name during the speech, during your speech. Timing of the speeches. We will know that what is the timing of the speeches. All speeches delivered by the contestant must conform the timing guidelines for the contest. Okay, you all know these timings. International and humorous speech must be 5 to 7 minutes. A contestant will be disqualified if the speech is less than 4 minutes 30 seconds. Generally, we use here 5 to 7 minutes. 5 minutes we will keep it. That is the reason behind which we are keeping 30 seconds more. We are practicing here with a 30 seconds more. That means minimum 5 minutes. If you speak, the green light will come. 6 minutes yellow, 7 minutes red. This is the way which we are practicing. Whereas in contest, 4 minutes 30 seconds if you speak, then you are eligible. If you are speaking more than 7 minutes 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. Okay. And coming to the table topic speech contest, speech contest must be from 1 to 2 minutes. The same thing which we are following here. And the contestant will be disqualified if he speak less than 1 minute. The same thing we are following in our club table topic session also. If the speaker has speak for more than 2 minutes 30 seconds also, he will be disqualified. In the evaluation contest, this will be from 2 to 3 minutes time. A contestant will be disqualified if the speech is less than 1 minute 30 seconds. Whereas we are practicing in our club is 2 minutes 30 seconds, and 3 minutes, which we are showing like green, 30 seconds more, which we are practicing. So if you speak for 2 minutes, you will be eligible. Whereas in the contest, it will be 1 minute 30 seconds itself. If you speak for 1 minute 30 seconds, you are eligible. And more than 3 minutes 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. And when the timing will be, the timer will start counting. The contestant must proceed immediately to the speaking position. When you call upon to the stage, you stand and you can proceed it immediately. Otherwise, they will take your first definite verbal or non-verbal communication. The moment I came onto the stage, if I say like this, the time will start. Even if you don't speak also, if you give a small sign from your body also, they will start counting. Okay, this is what has been following in the contest. And coming to the warning signals. Warning signals. Timers must provide the warning signals to the contestants, which is clearly visible to the speakers, but not to the audience. That means the timing device, if you are unable to see the timing device, you need to inform the contest chair or chief judge that I am unable to see the timing device. Then they will keep the timing device properly visible to you. For international and humorous speech contests, green signal will be displayed at 5 minutes and remain displayed for 1 minute, that means up to 6 minutes. Yellow signal will be displayed at 6 minutes and remain displayed for 1 more minute, that means up to 7 minutes. The red signal will be displayed at 7 minutes, will remain on until the conclusion of the speech. That means they will not give you any hint when you cross 7 minutes 30 seconds. Here, The moment when you reach red light, you try to conclude your speech. Don't take much time. Okay. For evaluation speech contest, green signal will be displayed at 2 minutes. Remain will be displayed for 30 seconds. The yellow signal will be displayed at 2 minutes and 30 seconds and remain displayed for 30 seconds, that is 3 minutes. And red signal will be displayed at 3 minutes and remain displayed until the evaluation is concluded. So here also you will get a 30 seconds grace period, but they will not show you that once it is the grace period or any hint, they will not. You try to conclude by before 3 minutes. Coming to the table topic speech contest, the green signal will be displayed at 1 minute and remain displayed for 30 seconds. And the yellow signal will be displayed at 1 minute, 30 seconds and remain displayed for 30 seconds. That is up to 2 minutes. At 2 minutes, they will be displayed the red signal. It will be remain displayed until the speech is concluded. Protests and disqualifications. Protests are limited to eligibility, originality, and reference to another contestant's speech. Must only be lodged by voting judges and or contestants. That means if you are an audience, if you are one of the audience in the contest, you should not protest for any contestant. It has to go through either contestant or a voting judges. A protest must be on their eligibility and originality, reference to another contestant's speech. Only 3 categories only they will consider under the protests. Any protest must be lodged with the chief judge or a contest chair prior to the contest being adjourned. So you have to realize something is copied from somewhere, the internet or anything. You can Google it and show the reference and to the chief judge or contest chair, and you can protest about other contestants. And chief judge, contest chair, voting judges and contestants must not consider protests from audience members. Audience members' protests will not be considered. Before the contestant can be disqualified on the basis of originality or reference the another contestant's speeches, the contestant must be giving an opportunity to respond to the voting judges. They will give a time to respond. A majority of the voting judges must concur in the decision to disqualify. At last, the contest chair can disqualify a contestant on the basis of eligibility. All decisions of voting judges and qualifying judges are the final. There won't be any discussion further on this. And coming to the language, which language we have to use during the contest? Because we have a lot of clubs are here. Malayalam clubs are there, Telugu clubs are there, Hindi clubs are there, English clubs are there. Which language they will consider during the contest? Which language they will consider? Anyone can say?
English.
Yes. Only English language they will consider the contestants. Any questions till now? If I say any mistakes also, you can raise here. I can correct myself. At least in today's audience, how many are registering for our club contest?
Team Pradeep, I have one doubt.
Yes, please.
Regarding the usage of properties like props, we can use it only for international or other table topics only we can use?
No, only for international generally. See, if you want to use the props, before using the props, you have to inform the contest chair. And you have to arrange these props or whatever things. During that voting, 1 minute silence would be there. No? During that time, you need to arrange it. Within that time only, you need to arrange it. Unnecessarily, they will not allow you to delaying the contest. So you must be arrange it within that time, and you must be sure that I can arrange it during the time.
How about usage of 2 devices, like sometimes one laptop and one mobile they used to use?
See, when you are using your, as per my knowledge, this time the contest will be physical, in person. I don't think any devices will be there. if you want to use the two devices, you must if you are participating in table topics, they will not allow you. Honestly, I'm telling. Always better to be with a single device. Okay. As per my knowledge, they informed that this time the contest will be in person.
For the timing, I have just one question. Like I was just giving this speech. So during the speech, when the color changes to yellow, so it gives me an alarm that you have just 1 minute left in your speech, just to conclude it.
Correct.
Well, it will be better to just start this timing on the screen so that the speaker should know that how many seconds are left in his total time.
Yeah, the green.
Just a countdown, I mean to say.
Countdown means I didn't get you exactly what it is.
Like I cannot see the time.
In during separate intervals, like 4 minutes green, 5 minutes red, yellow, and 6 minutes red, or whatever it is. During that specific timing, they are showing. For example, if you take international humorous speech, they'll show the green at 5 minutes, they'll show the yellow at 6 minutes, they'll show the red at 7 minutes. That means when it is reaching, you have to conclude your speech before the time lapses. That means you have to prepare for the speech. You have to put a timing device at home and prepare for the speech. How many minutes you are taking for a speech? Lot of preparation is very much important. Okay. Yes. Anything else? Toastmaster Ismail?
It's all good, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, coming to the additional resources. If you need any contest related materials, you can go to the toastmasters.org speech contest kits and speech contest frequently asked questions. There also they will have a question and answers are available in the toastmasters.org. You will get all these things during in the links provided. Anyway, this will be circulated. I will circulate the same presentation in our group. You can use these links and go through in toastmasters.org. Once again, thank you for giving me the opportunity to improve my skills for conducting an educational session. Thank you to the president and over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shankar.
Thank you, DTM Pradeep, for the excellent rendering of this education session. I'm sure that many of us will be benefiting from the session and willing to participate in the club level competitions. Thank you very much. So may I request our timer, TM Arif, to read out the timer's report.
Thank you, TMOD. We are running 8 minutes lag, but hope we can catch up.
Okay, sure. We will try to catch up whatever the time lost. Okay, so let me share my screen. Please tell me once you are able to see my screen.
You can put it in the like presentation view.
No. Yeah, so we just talked about the how we can avoid the tailgaters. So whenever there is a tailgaters, better that we change the line or pull over to a safe place so that we get rid of the tailgaters so that we drive safe, because our life is more important. Ego is not that important. It's not that somebody is trying to overtake us or somebody is trying to put us under pressure by giving a flashlight or applying constant brake or honking or whatsoever. Yeah. So, and most importantly, you do not try to react to your tailgater by pressing unnecessary brakes. And and also some people try to give some signages. Please do not do that, because even legally, as drivers, we are not supposed to do any kind of action that will get into brawl at the site. Okay. The next important point is that how do we do the stopping of the vehicle? So whenever you see a situation like obstruction or traffic light or anything, see that from the distance and try to apply the brake slowly. Don't apply sudden. Yeah. And also during the inclement weathers and wet surfaces, please remember that brake requires time to respond, because the surface may not be properly rough. It will be a bit oily or watery. So it requires time to exactly to stop the car. So when the weather is not good, you need to allow additional time. So let us check how much you people followed and how much you remember, because DTM Pradeep, he gave an excellent 25 minutes presentation. So I hope that how many people, I mean, all of us are able to remember. So when you are driving in the early morning, understand the situation that you are driving in the early morning, there isn't much light and there is a little bit of fog. How much following distance between vehicles you will consider? The options are 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and 6 seconds. Can someone try their attempt?
6 seconds.
Yes, absolutely right. Because of the inclement weather, you need to consider twice of the normal time. Normal time is 3 seconds, so you need to consider 6 seconds. Very well. Yeah. So again, let me talk about some of the best practices to be followed at the intersection or the roundabout that we call it in UAE, like know, show, slow, and go. So know the procedures for roundabouts or stop signs. Show the drivers that what you are trying to do, like you need to put the indicators, to share your intention to the other drivers in the street or in the road. And also you have to slow down as you approach in any roundabout. And go through the roundabout only if it is safe, clear, and legal to do so. Yours and others, both of the parties you need to consider. And remember that traffic already in the lane that has the right of way, because whoever entering from the left, they have the right to go first, and then you need to stop before entering any roundabouts. So only change one lane at a time. Do not do multiple lanes at a time. So when you change the lanes, do not weave in out. Don't be undecisive and going to one lane and retrieving back. Avoid passing on another driver's passenger side. Yeah. Don't try to overtake from the other side, from right side to left lane. Never pass on shoulder. Yeah, that is also very important. So again, as a safe driving, so you need to say there are 6 actions. So you need to select which is good idea and bad idea. So changing multiple lanes at once, can someone say, is it a good idea or bad idea?
Bad idea.
Changing multiple lanes at once, bad idea. That's good answer. Delay in acceleration when it is your turn to go at an intersection. The signal is on or you can enter. Is it a good idea or bad idea?
It's a hypothetical.
It's a good, because you have to delay, because you need to check the condition before you enter. So delaying is fine. Yeah. So delaying is a good idea. So pass at intersection. No, it's a bad idea. Yeah, we can't pass the intersection until it is clear and we are legal to do, which is the green light or the roundabout is free. Pass on the driver's side of other car. Pass on driver's side on the other car. Yeah, this is also a good idea. You should not do only from the passenger side. From driver's side, it is okay. because they can see you and your intention. Yeah. And signal well in advance. It's also a good idea. Speed through yellow lights. Definitely, it's not a good idea. So it's a bad idea. Yeah. So now with this, let me conclude the theme of tonight, that you should now be able to do how to prepare to drive safely. What you will do, you will inspect the vehicle and you will ascertain that you are okay, you are in a good mode, you don't have any distracting factors, and you have everything ready, you can drive safe. And the second thing is that we call the best practices for driving safely, like we said, that adjusting the mirror and all those things. So you need to be paying attention. And the third thing is that make safe driving choices in specific conditions, specific situations and conditions, like normal weather, inclement weather, and so on. So Toastmasters and leaders, if you are able to do these three main criteria that we discussed during this session, it will make the driving pleasant, more importantly, more safe to you as well as to your family, because we are required for the family, as well as we shouldn't cause any kind of disruption on the road that affects any other person. Yeah. So I hope that with this new year, I'm sure that you will be taking lots of lots of oaths to do it in the new year. Kindly consider safe driving also as one of safe or defensive driving also as one of your to-do list in this new year. So with this, let me hand over to the general evaluator, who is also my favorite speaker, favorite Toastmaster. I had privilege to work with her to represent our club debate contest. So let me welcome PM Rashmi to give the general evaluation. It is over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shankar, for your kind introduction. Ask yourself if what you are doing today is getting you closer to where you want to be tomorrow. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, and a very happy new year to all of you. In Toastmasters, we truly believe that our best one is always the next one. That is why every speech and every role player, even the entire meeting vibe, is being evaluated day by day, so that we can learn about the aspects in our performance today that can be worked upon to the perfect our next one. As a general evaluator, my role is to evaluate every aspect of today's meeting, right from suggested terms. Tonight we don't have table topic speakers, so that part is eliminated. And helping me in my role, I have speech evaluators who would evaluated the prepared speeches, and word master and the tag team, that's the timer and the counter team. And let me introduce the team one by one. Our first project speech, that is the icebreaker speech by Toastmaster Evaluator, is being evaluated by Toastmaster Hari Prada, one of my favorites Toastmaster, our past UK education, and it's a long time he's being here, and it's my privilege to welcome you, Toastmaster Hari, here. And the screen is yours to evaluate Toastmaster Hari.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Rashmi. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and a special good evening to my speaker, Toastmaster Arif. By the time you realize that your father was right, you will have a son who will think that you are wrong. So that is my thing when the thought came in my mind when I just started to listen the speech of Toastmaster Arif. And first of all, congratulations for the starting new path with ice-breaking speech. It's as we know already, Toastmaster Arif completed one complete path. He's in the level 5, and again he started level 1 with ice-breaking. So it's a great step. Lots of Toastmaster will not start the next means path. So it's really wonderful and very great to see the commitment from the Toastmaster Arif. And you meet your speech objective. That is the objective of the speech icebreaking, to just introduce about yourself. So you just introduce about yourself with your means your childhood and your father. What is the role of your father in your life? So you, what is the, I observed in the, you start with the question. It's always engaging. You add the personal story. So that's also really, we always, the story connect us because story has the emotion. So it's really well. And the takeaway from that is the anchor point. All we need the anchor point in our life, that you very well, you have described that your anchor point is your father, and that you have the analogy in your speech. You use the tide, like low tide, high tide, high cyclone, keep signing, keep growing. So it's a good example of in the speech. And you have used the learn, when you have to learn the swimming, you have to jump in the water. So you use lots of metaphors in the speech. So it's really good. And it's altogether, I can say, as we are we are having the education session also for the speech contest. So I can say this is the one of the speech that you can take as an international speech for lots of some of the improvement. So that, as has been said, that always a speech have a great chance to improve, good speech, but there is always chance to have a how to make it a great speech. So first, if you will give the title, speech title to evaluator or the audience, it will create the some means excitement about your speech. So give your speech title. And second, as we all know, you are the speaker for the next level. So always try to speak with all the means while standing. So it will give you exposure how you will perform in real competition or real contest. So it will give you your means all movement or stage movement or your contact. So that's the, and use one more story. So that will give to audience about your life, like you have used that your personal story. So use some one more story from your professional side. So it will introduce the Toastmaster RU in the more comprehensive manner. So with means that your stage movement and your personal story, I can say that this will be one of the speech that can win a contest at a club level or area level or beyond that. So that's from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Hari, for your wonderful evaluation. That definitely it will help Toastmaster Hari to the next level. And our speaker tonight is Toastmaster Rafiq. And Toastmaster Rafiq is evaluated by another passionate Toastmaster, treasurer of the club. He did almost all the roles in EXCOM, I believe, and of course, a favorite Toastmaster for me. And I welcome Toastmaster Sunir to evaluate Toastmaster Rafiq for his speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster and General Evaluator, Toastmaster Rashmi. Thank you for your wonderful introduction. Good evening, all once again. First of all, let me congratulate Toastmaster Rafiq for this wonderful speech. Excellent speech, Toastmaster Rafiq. You narrated your personal experience and linked how to be resilient and optimistic in stressful situations. Hats off to you there. And what I observed in your speech, hand gesture was very good throughout the meeting. Though we have some limitations in online meeting, but you use your hands successfully. You manage very well. And by narrating or sharing your personal experience, see, you are taken your audience from one emotion to another emotions. That's very good. From the sadness, fluctuations, and you manage the difficult situations by patient and desire to leave, etc. So that was very good. And areas of improvements, I have 3 things. Your eye contact to be improved. I think you kept your device down somewhere and you are speaking. Therefore, what you're doing, you are not involving your audience to your speech. So you have to be little concentrate on that area. And there is a distractions I felt in your speech because you are keep on moving. See, this moving is good when you're in physical meeting, but whereas in online meeting, you have to be restricted to one place and use your gesture and eye contact. You have to be, focused on the camera and speak. And I feel you could have used little more voice modulations. See, when you are in the difficult situations or when the initial speech you are facing from some difficult situation, so you could have used your vocal variety, vocal modulation little bit. And when you reach at the end of the speech, you are successfully or you manage successfully that stressful situation. So you could have little bit use your, excitement, the happiness, the way you come up in your, that stressful situations. So otherwise your speech was excellent, lot of takeaway. And I hope, I'm looking forward to hear more exciting speeches from you. That's all. Thank you. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunir, for your excellent evaluation. And now we are going to the tag team. And in the team, we have the first role player, Toastmaster Arivaragan, for his timers report. Toastmaster Ariv, can you please read out the timing report?
Thank you, General Evaluator, for giving me this role. And the first evaluator, Toastmaster Hari Pratap, utilized 4 minutes and 16 seconds. Second evaluator, Toastmaster Sunir, utilized 2 minutes and 46 seconds. That's all from my side. Thank you. And over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Ariv. So there won't be a voting, I believe, as the first evaluator is already exceeded the time. Now we have to move to our word master and counter and grammarian report. So unfortunately, Toastmaster Shahana is exited. So Toastmaster Ismail will manage that. And I request Toastmaster Ismail to read the report of word master and counter grammarian. Over to you, Toastmaster Ismail.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Unfortunately, Toastmaster Shahana had to leave a bit urgently. I couldn't get the full report from her. For my part, I understand I will start with the word master's report. So word of the day was patricor. I understand it had been used by Toastmaster Shankar and DTM Pradeep. I didn't note any other use of that word. On the grammarian and our counterpart, as far as I have noted, I didn't find any major issue so far. No major grammarian mistake and no major mistake related to grammar, and not as such much use of or other distracting sounds. So that would be it. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ismail. And now we move to our general evaluation report. Starting with Sergeant at Arms, he started the meeting with great energy at 7:18 p.m. and the presiding officer, Acting President Toastmaster Ismail, called the meeting order by 7:21 p.m. and well performed his role in a professional manner. Must say, the guests are well welcomed, and the business section, all the contests happening to him in the club is well explained. And thanks for all the guests for your presence. And well done, Toastmaster Ismail, for your excellent presidential address, I must say. Coming to the role players, Wordmaster, Counter, and Grammarian all in one. Toastmaster Shahana, in her unique manner, she explained her role in a very well manner and in a patricorist manner, I must say. The word patricor, she is well explained with the background and from the origin, the good examples and nice round robin section. Everything is in a perfect manner. Coming to the timer, Toastmaster Arif, nothing much to say about him. He's perfectly explained his role, timing, and the different role players, how to utilize the timing, everything he's explained. And coming to the project speeches, we witnessed two magnificent speeches. Must say, the icebreaker speech by Toastmaster Arif, evaluated by Toastmaster Hari, but it is not a simple icebreaker speech. I believe it is your fourth icebreaker speech, correct? Right, no, Toastmaster Arif? And is evaluated by Toastmaster Hari. That is a perfect evaluation. All the good points, a perfect sandwich method. You implemented all the punchlines, highlighted all the improvement parts, pointed the everything, and that is an excellent evaluation. I have one improvement part only noted in your evaluation, that icebreaker speech, irrespective of the pathways, it needs a standing ovation. So that is it is recommended in the TMI guideline, I believe. If I am wrong, just correct me. So other than that, Toastmaster Harry's evaluation is a perfect one, and well done, Toastmaster Harry. Our second speaker, Toastmaster Rafi, he perfectly aligned with his objective of vocal variety and body language. His evaluator, Toastmaster Sunil, all the good points highlighted, and perfectly 3 improvement parts he highlighted, and another sandwich method implemented, and all the improvement points. I think it will help Toastmaster Rafi to move forward in his different levels also. Now coming to the educational session, whenever the club is going to confront a contest or a challenge, DTM Pradeep will be there. And tonight also, we are going to face the trio contest, that is the speeches and the table topics evaluation contest. And rightly, the Toastmaster DTM Pradeep is there, and he explained each and every rules and regulations in the, of the contest in a productive manner. And always, it will help the club and the members very well. But unfortunately, we have very less members today. Now, coming to our champion tonight, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shankar. Actually, this theme, that is a highlight, defensive drawing. How it doesn't matter to me, I'm thinking, because in my personal life, in the 3 years driving, made 2 major accidents, and the one car already got cancelled. So I'm eagerly waiting for how he is explained his defensive manner and how can I implement in my personal life. Jokes apart, he explained the rules, gave the statistics, perfectly picturized, good audience awareness, and conveyed and perfectly interactive session. And all the role players by Toastmaster Shankar is well introduced, took the essence from the speeches, that is the highlight, and motivated the speakers. Again, his theme, enough warning, precautions, all given perfectly picturized. But I was eagerly waiting for the reason that I made in my accidents, but unfortunately it won't be there. So the first one is how we can drive in the water. So that you didn't point it. So make a note of that thing. And the second one is there is a slight difference, slight confusion between the brake and the accelerator. That also you have to highlight once. Again, jokes apart, it is a well prepared and a well wanted topic, I must say. And it is an articulated one, and that is the picturization part. It is the best one, and it catches the audience awareness, and everyone can interact with your theme and align with that theme. That is the perfect one. Now, as a general evaluator, I have to point 1 or 2 improvement parts. The meeting starts at 7:18 p.m., but it is not the responsibility of the sergeant at arms. It is a members is responsible for that thing, because all the members. If it is an online meeting, it is. I think we can manage. All the members should be on time, because it is a 3 minutes also. It is a 3 minutes delay. So we have to be aligned with our punctuality. Now, that is and irrespective of whoever present also, we can start the meeting also. That is also we can note next time. That will be better, I believe. Now, the minutes of the meeting, we have that practice before. It is better if we will reinstate that habit. So because it will definitely helps the guest to understand what happened in the previous meetings, because all the members attending the meeting, they get that thing. Also, we know if it is the minutes is not there, also it will be. It doesn't matter. But if the guests are there, it will helps them what happened in the previous meeting, and they will eagerly waiting what will happen in the next meeting also. So this if you can reinsert this thing, it will be better. Other than this, there is no other things I have to point out. With a minimum participation, with a minimum of the attendance, we have a maximum participation in the excellence. May it be the maximum participation in the coming meetings also. With this, the continuous improvement is better than the delayed perfection. That is a tagline I have to present here. And back to our young, energetic TMOD, Toastmaster Shankar.
Thank you, General Evaluator Team Rashmi. It's good that someone says you're young and energetic. I'm really happy, and I wish that I have that. I being the young and bring energy to the team. Thank you very much. So, as a conclusion, notes from my end for the TMOD and the team for today. So I would request all the community, which is our FTC Toastmasters community, please make safe driving choices in specific situations and conditions. So that is the key here. How we can do the defensive driving, you have to make specific situation-based decisions and condition-based decisions. Once you do that, I wish that all of us, we do everything to drive safely on road, and we make UAE roads more safe to drive for the global audience and global community. Thank you very much. This concludes my presentation for today, and let me hand over to our standing president, Toastmaster Ismail. Thank you.
Thank you so much, TMOD, TM Shankar. I think you have, you took the theme of the day, which was very relevant, and you presented in a very effective manner. So thank you so much for that. I would like to now do a quick poll. This would be regarding the best role player. My apologies, I couldn't launch it earlier for the other ones. So please see if you have, if you can see a small window on your screens, and you can please respond to that. Thank you. Now, in the meanwhile, I would like to have some feedback from our respected guest. I believe Mr. Vignesh ji is here. So, Mr. Vignesh ji, we would love to hear something from you, like what you like today, what you would suggest as areas of improvement, and any other thoughts. Mr. Vignesh ji.
Yes, I heard this one. Okay. Mr. Shankar ji and Mrs. Ismail, Mr. Rafiq speech, Mr. Arius for speaking things excellent. So Mr. Shankar ji told us how to drive safe in defensive drive in controlling the road, UAE roads. 1 second, please. Please hold it. Ji. Sorry for the disturbance.
No problem, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Regarding defense drive in UAE, it's a very good information how to drive in road. So that sir told us for 3 seconds distance, we have to maintain 3 seconds distance. As of latest, my reference in one website from civil defense driving. Actually, we are while driving long distance, we cannot able to maintain 3 second distance. So we can follow the front vehicle 4 wheel. This is the latest information from one website. We follow the front vehicle to 4 wheel. In front of 4 wheel, have power visible. Same time, we have to adjust our side mirror to 90 degrees, better for side mirror, because that's also good information. So another thing, is how my daddy is my hero. This is also good safe and speech. Same Mr. Toastmaster, Mr. Rafiq is how to he is delivering that one body language, how to explain the audience. This everything good for to improve my skills. Same time, Mr. Pradeep, Toastmaster Mr. Pradeep advised to time for this project speech and table pocket speech and word topic. So every new system is he impressed me to join as a Toastmaster and improve my skills. So thank you for the opportunity for this post for us.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Your feedback is very valuable for us. Actually, I really appreciate that you covered like all the points in detail and give like very good feedback. Thank you so much. Now I would like to request, do we have Toastmaster Hari with us? Oh, he left. Okay. All right. So I would now quickly share the results of today's voting. Screen. Can you please confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes, visible.
Thank you. So I will quickly share the certificates. So first, for the best project speech, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Arif. He has been voted as best project speaker. Then for best evaluator, Toastmaster Sunir. Now for best role player, we have a tie actually. So I would like to congratulate our TMOD, Toastmaster Shankar, and our general evaluator, Toastmaster Resmi, for being the best role players in the meeting. Thank you so much. And finally, would like to pay special thanks to DTM Pradeep for an excellent educational session on regarding the club contest. Thank you so much, sir. He had to leave early, so we will convey our thanks to him separately. So yes, I'll just so that would be it. So I'll stop sharing. So on the last note, it is a new year now. So for time for new hopes and new dreams, I wish every one of you, all of you, to have a very prosperous, a very happy new year. May your all dreams come true, and may you have the strength to face the challenges, and become successful out of all of that. So thank you so much. With that, I would like to conclude today's session. As acting president, I would like to confirm the meeting is now closed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you, Ismail.
Thank you, Mr.
all.
Ismail. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you, everyone. Good evening.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Rafiq, we enjoyed your speech today. Nice one.
Of course, I enjoy it a lot.
Real personal experience, no? It comes from the heart.
I would love to present it in a physical meeting, because this eye contact and your facial expression can be well judged during a physical meeting. But hopefully, when the situations will get better, inshallah, we will be having that opportunity.
That's so. Really, we are missing that physical meeting.
Of course, of course.
The way you dressed up and you stand in the stage and talk to in front of the people, that is different feel, really.
Yeah, and actually, I didn't take the hard copy, so I was just a bit. I make two screens, so once I have to see at your screen, and then others to the other screen I have to show to see to my presentation. So that's why it was a bit mixed.